Up, Sly.
Oh my god! Oh my god, 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 oh my god. Please, 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 please.
Ah, no! Why you do this to me, Astro? That is not your spot! Ah! Shit! Shit! Jesus Christ.
Welcome, everybody. Sorry, I had to find the unmute button first. Welcome to MogTalk. If you guys are unfamiliar with MogTalk, it's a show based around the Final Fantasy XIV community, discussing everything around Savage raiding, Chocobo racing, and anything else that you might be curious about in the realm of Final Fantasy XIV. And today, we have on some amazing guests to talk about the most recent live letter, which just happened about a little over 24 hours ago. Before we get started, I want you guys to know who they are and have them introduce themselves. Let's go first with Sly. Sly, tell everybody who you are.
Hi, I'm Sly. I'm 14 content creator. I play a lot of other stuff. I'm just too stubborn to actually quit streaming, so I'm old and give out, and I'm here. I don't know why Frosty brings me on. I think he just needs a warm body, and I'm just big enough to be warm enough.
You're like a comfort blanket, yeah.
I'm a podcast comfort blanket.
Yeah.
And I also happen to do a podcast called Stand in the Realm. So yeah, there's that too.
That's
so hi,
true.
everyone. Hello.
Hello, Sly. All right, Jet.
Hi, I'm Jet. I'm a baby, a Shadowbringers baby. Well, no, actually a teen, because it's been like 6 years since Shadowbringers came out. So it sucks. Anyway, I also stream almost every day, and I also have a podcast with Quick called Digesting Streams. So yeah, hi, I'm the intern.
Welcome.
Or it used to be.
Yeah, I mean, you are. That doesn't go away. Sorry, you're still doing stuff in the background. Well,
time to mod the chat, I guess.
Yeah, no. All right, and last, Kiwi. Can you tell everybody who you are?
I'm Kiwi Cat. This is my first time on MogTalk. Yippee!
Yeah.
I started playing at the very end of Endwalker, so I'm kind of like pretty new, I would say, compared to a lot of other people. So, but I do stream every day, and it's been so fun so far. I like to do a lot of raiding.
Raiding's fun. It's amazing. I'm sure you've done a little bit of PvP recently too.
Yes, I have. Me and Jeppy going in that PvP mines.
Oh, speaking of which, this is what you both miss.
Oh my god!
For not
That's
winning
so cool.
that contest, the PvP.
Chet, you didn't win either.
I didn't win. I won the raffle between the team that got.
Just to let you know, stream can't see
Why you
it
gotta
because
flex
that's
on
cropped.
us?
That's cropped off,
Yeah,
Chet.
why you gotta flex on us?
If you want to flex it,
Flexing
Chet,
that custom
you got to move it
controller.
in front of you. Yeah, you got to move it up closer to the camera because you can't really see it too well.
He's reminding me that I lost.
Yeah, it's hard to see. It's all right. Jet made the logo, so it is fortunate.
He deserves to have one.
Yeah, he got a controller. It's good.
I think so too.
But anyways, you know, Final Fantasy XIV has been in kind of a weird spot recently, to be completely honest. There's, you know, a lot of like just conversation burnout, like people getting tired of playing, all these other things. But Sly has a lot to say about it. I mean, Sly, we've been here since A Realm Reborn, dude.
A Realm Reborn, yeah.
So it's like. This is just life to us. This is like going and getting.
Yeah, we go through this. We go through this almost every other expansion, or every expansion where, you know, there's some amount of negativity. We get tired of certain shit, and it's kind of reached, I feel, the boiling point now, more so than previous expansions. But yeah, it has gotten so worse. And there's always a little bit of weirdness. I felt like there was a lot of weirdness in Endwalker. In terms of world races and all that. And there's always some form of weirdness. It's just gotten so much more weird now.
Yeah. And this is like a conversation that just has been never stops. I'm tired of it too.
I'm tired.
It just
I'm
keeps
so
going.
tired.
The only expansion we skipped it was Shadowbringers, and that was abnormal circumstances. And
Because
that's it.
apparently Shadowbringers is peak.
It was just it's good. To be honest, it's good. But it was also in the situation of just so many outside factors kind of removing everything that we're experiencing right now. We experienced it in Endwalker, but since I guess everybody was so passionate about the end of the expansion and the end of the arc and everything else, it didn't feel the same. Now it feels, it's starting to get more familiar to a lot of the people who've been around for a while. But I don't know. Anyway, that's not the topic of this show. But I wanted to bring it up because it is relevant to, seeing new information about Final Fantasy XIV coming out, watching these live letters, being excited for new content for Final Fantasy XIV. And I'm going to be honest, this live letter was pretty cool. I liked a lot of stuff that they showed. I was super excited for it. I know a lot of people were probably in this state of like kind of logging on every once in a while and not playing every single day like they used to. But when you go back and you look at that trailer, for sure, I felt hype from it.
Yeah, that trailer was so good.
Yeah. I don't know. Whoever was in charge of doing it this time, just keep doing it.
Yeah. I mean, the music and everything was so hype. I even had people who haven't really been playing in a while send me the trailer and like, this is so cool. Wow. Like, I might have to get back in the game. And I was like, okay.
There's a lot of different aspects in that trailer. But before I give my opinion, let me just say this. I lost it when I saw a dude on a surfboard. I lost it.
Really? Of everything?
I saw that and I was like,
Out of everything.
I'm in the camp of like ocean blitzball and all this stuff being like so far away. I see somebody on a surfboard and it just brings those feelings back. I'm sorry. But no, the surfboard thing was really what got me. I don't know what it was. It just, it hit me the right way and I got hooked in pretty deep. But that being said,
It was funny.
tell me your guys' thoughts on the trailer. If there's anything else that stood out that you want to mention on it.
The Akira motorbike scene. That was incredible.
Yeah, the Akira.
I need that
Akira
as an
reference.
emote. Like right now.
Imagine if we did a mount with the Akira slide.
Mm-hmm.
That would be so cool. Like as an animation on like the hotbar.
Maybe
that's copium, but
it'd be good. It'd be good. I do feel like I'm so just the Akira slide is just part of like I see it and it doesn't. I don't think of it as Akira slide. I just think of it as like, oh, that's a normal movement.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
It's like so ingrained now.
Yeah. Oh, that's just normal. That's how people stop their motorcycles. I've seen it in every single video game, every single anime. It feels like that has a motorcycle in it. There's always that Akira slide in some way.
It's important.
Slide, do you have opinions on the Akira slide?
I mean, it's just quintessential anime. What can you expect? Like everybody uses it. It's like we got so many anime memes in this game. If you remember the G Warrior, if you remember being in the hangar with the G Warrior, you did the Gynax pose with your arms crossed and like that, like quintessential anime. We take from anime from in the 14 community, so it's nothing new.
Yeah. But what else, Sly? Watching that trailer, was there anything that got you excited? Are you just like in this constant state of non-excitement? I don't know, Sly. I'm trying to judge your reaction right now.
It's not really non-excitement. There are things in the trailer that did excite me. I mean, like honestly, the fact that this entire patch is kind of centered on the Arcadion and it kind of really leaned into the whole WWE kind of thing. And we see the again, the tag team duo. We see the demon Elizin with again bonesaw or chainsaws or some shit like that, and that's gonna look like a crazy fight. And then we have Elizin Cody Rhodes, which they really leaned into the whole Cody Rhodes look, and I love that. Another thing that kind of really caught my attention was Doom Train. And it's not just a normal Doom Train. Doom Train has fucking hands for some reason.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, he is literally throwing hands on the track.
It's like water ghost hands or something. Like it's not like train hands. Like he doesn't pull out his wheels and start smashing, but it's like there's like some ghost hands that pop out.
Interesting.
And 14 train suplexes you.
Yeah. They were bump ass arms, dude. They were pretty.
Yeah.
You know, I will probably get heat from there's a lot of people that I love, and I have so much respect just in the community and everything that's so excited about the wrestling stuff, but the wrestling stuff never does anything for me. I don't know what it is,
Really?
but it just doesn't.
You never watched wrestling when you were a kid, did you?
I did, but it was so dorky to me, even when I crossed the line there. I'm sorry, that's not what I meant to say. To me, it didn't appeal. I just couldn't get into it. I feel like I said the wrong thing. I didn't mean to say dorky, guys.
You did.
I didn't mean to say that. I'm so sorry. I want to apologize.
It's our soap opera, man.
I know.
This is a soap opera.
I can't get into it. It's so over. All right, because if we get into discussing wrestling,
Use your words.
I'm going to piss off a lot of people.
Use your words. Go ahead.
It's
This
just
is on the internet for a reason.
It's just not for me. That's it. That entertainment is not for me. It doesn't mean it's bad entertainment. It doesn't mean anything else. It's just not for me. Okay, is that fair? Is that fair? Can I say that? Can I get out of the conversation cleanly by saying that?
No, that is.
I would say that, like, when I think about Arcadion, there's only really like 2 or 3 fights that feel like really wrestling themed. Like the Brute Bomber and then like Black Cat, those are very obviously like wrestling. Like the rest of them are just like they have like a monster and then they have like some sort of theme like disco or like painting or something. So like I guess I could see if every single one of them was wrestling theme, it would be like a little boring. But at this point, I do feel like maybe they did it again with Brute Abominator, but I feel like the rest of them, like, we just had a full-on Gundam fight. Like, that didn't, I don't really guess I feel like that was, like, wrestling. But, like, I don't know what they're going to give us in the new tier. Like, I don't know what the final fight is going to be. Like, looks like we're in a Coliseum, and then I have no idea what she's kicking balls, and I don't know what's going on. But it looks crazy and really cool. But those surfer boys, in general, they really interest me because I feel like they kind of have an anime trope, too. Like, wait. Not in that way.
Is Kiwi
I'm telling you
right now?
They have like a weird, they have like a trope going on, and same with the Kira Slide, because they kind of give that like blue Oni, like red Oni.
Yeah.
They like have like a duo. So like I feel like it's gonna be super anime. Like the whole storyline between those two is gonna be like, I don't know. I definitely feel like we're really getting like really tropey and campy with Arcadion. So I do see where that doesn't interest you as much if that's not your thing.
Here's the
definitely
thing.
Not serious.
It's still like, in general, like the raid series and the story and it being wrestling theme, I still enjoy it. I still think it's fun. I still think it's, campy and fun, and I can enjoy it in that regard. But I don't have all of the excitement from being a wrestling fan that's backing my excitement for this raid series, right? So I don't have a lot of that history there to pull from to make me even more excited for it. I just enjoy it as a campy kind of fun wrestling story. But so that's kind of how I see it right now. I like super serious raids too. I was a huge fan of Bahamut back in the day, right? I was a huge fan, like the coils, Alexander. It was good. It was good. But at the time, I definitely had some criticism. I didn't pay as much attention to the story then. Omega, I liked a good bit, although it was kind of close to the same vein where they were just kind of pulling stuff out. They were making neat fights. The story wasn't like the huge focus, but they had a story to it. And then hold on, I'm trying to go back. I liked all the seriousness of the last expansions. Yeah, Eden.
Yeah, Eden and Pandemonium definitely feel like a shift, right?
Yeah. And so I feel like those were really great. But here it feels like it's just kind of this fun side story raid to me. I mean, it's integrated into, it uses main story elements inside of it, but it doesn't feel like it's that crucial.
I don't know. I think for the story side, right? I think this could be a good opportunity to reset things for the Warrior of Light, because we are just overpowered, right? We can defeat the end of the world and the end of the universe. And they just could do something with the Arcadion raid at the end that just can tide up things on the MSQ later. So say, we are not that powerful. We are just wrestlers, right? Stuff like that. And also it's very anime-like. I don't think it's very it has a lot of wrestling around it, but it's more like an anime trope. Like it's like if I'm watching Dragon Ball Z tournament or My Hero Academia tournament or stuff like that. They are wrestling, they are fighting, but they are not that serious in that regards. And at the same time, it's super serious. It's like something is going on around behind that you have to just pay attention. Who's the bad guy, Frosty? Who's the bad guy?
Of what?
The Arcadion, dude.
Oh, it's the president.
We have no idea yet.
Who is the president?
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, the president's probably
we don't know. We think it's Medem, the Lalafell.
The announcer, yeah.
It's always the Lalafell.
Yeah.
It's always the Lalafell.
No, it's not them. Nah. I mean, it could
isn't
be,
that a little
but
too
nah.
obvious?
Some people say that they're going to lean into the whole Undertaker thing and bring Brute Abominator back, kind of like how WWE won't let Undertaker retire because he's been retired for so many years, and they keep bringing him back for like a match. They won't let that man die. Yeah.
Yeah.
They won't let Undertaker die, so they just keep bringing him back. So they're kind of leaning. I think they might be leaning into that with Brute Abominator. Like we got him every single tier, so he might come back.
I mean,
last boss. We don't know.
Wouldn't be
Might be the last one.
Yeah. Well, I don't think the last one. No.
Could be interesting, right? Like you learn at the end that he was the mastermind behind everything, and he's just doing all of this. Flying around, playing the dog.
He has his own story. He has his own little story going on, enough to like not be in. I mean, who knows? They could literally write whatever they want. I don't know.
Yeah, they could pull a U-turn on us.
Yeah, who knows? It could be the kid king could be the president for all I know, right? And they could literally do whatever. It's fine. But in regards to what we saw in the patch trailer and everything else, it does look like these are some creative fights, right? It does look like it's going to be a lot of fun.
I totally agree.
And luckily, the health bar is going to be shared between the two bosses. So tracking it in a world race sense will be a little bit better too.
A little bit easier for you this time,
It's the first fight. We won't care.
It's the second fight, isn't it?
The second fight.
I think it's the second one.
Still don't care. It's not the last one.
Yeah, the last
only the last one matters for that.
There's been some pretty crazy first fights too that have taken a while. Yeah. So
you did hear that they said that they were going to adjust for the tomes? They were adjusting the power level for the tomes.
They didn't say slightly adjust, which I'll take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I wonder if that's true.
Honestly.
That's a weird decision, just because like that affects the players who aren't world racing quite a bit, because it raises the overall cap of the dungeon. When they get geared up, they're gonna have to meet a tighter check than they probably wouldn't have had to meet if they didn't increase that difficulty, right? And so it's a little weird. I'm sure it'll be fine. The last tier is never really that bad, from my experience.
Mm-hmm.
Most last tiers are pretty okay. Starting with Creator. Actually, Bahamut was pretty strong. I think it was stronger than T9. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
But at the end, they can just, overtune the fight for the first week just for the world race and everyone have fun, and then just undertune it like they
could
did
nerf it later.
Yeah, that's true.
I know it sucks, but for the rest of the player base, which is not racing, it'd be okay.
I was so convinced that they were gonna nerf M6S because of that ads phase wall in PF. It was so difficult. Like you could see it. So I thought they would, but they didn't. So that was pretty interesting. So I'm not sure how willing they are to really do that at this point.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting to see.
It depends a lot on the mechanics, right? Like the M6S was awful for the first 2-3 weeks because the mechanics were tough and the DPS was tough. But as soon as I knew in the first week, as soon as I had like enough gear for healing and DPS, it would be so much easier. Like that part would not matter. So it depends on the battle style and the mechanics they put on these fights.
I think it's going to be fun. I think it's going to be an interesting. The way they're doing it, I feel like there's always going to be this risk of it's going to be either too easy or too hard, just mechanically how whatever they experiment with. And I feel like we're in that realm, which is great because again, with the sub count, I guess overall lower than it is normally, it doesn't make that big of a difference if they experiment now and try to figure it out. But Sly, I don't know if this is kind of an offside topic here. I don't know if you feel like this as much as I do, but it's starting to feel like it's returning to normal Final Fantasy XIV community stuff before Shadowbringers. Like, the community is starting to feel a little bit more similar to how it did back in the day a bit.
Yeah, in terms of community, I get what you're saying.
Like, we were talking about this in like before the show and everything about everyone it being more of a tight knit community. I do feel like it's starting to lean in that direction more for the people who are still around and hanging out more actively. So it's I don't know. I don't feel bad right now with the state of Final Fantasy XIV and the population of content creators and everything else. I feel like it's fine.
Yeah, and look, here's the thing, like. The 14 community is always growing. It's always growing. We're always getting new people. We're getting new people every expansion. Kiwi, you said you came in on Endwalker, right?
Yeah.
Kiwi
like right
Babby,
at the end.
Kiwi Babby, yeah. But like I've known about Kiwi since she came in. And again, like it's such it feels high school. It feels like, it's a wide world, but it's so everybody knows everybody. Like if you don't know them, you are aware of them. If you don't know them personally. I will
know
of them.
I feel know of is maybe the right word insteat of like because there's a lot of people who know of each other, but they don't talk to each other actively, which is why the show exists. To be completely honest with you, is to get people to come together. Why I did the PvP event and everything else is because it gives us opportunity to get together and do stuff. The world race is another part of that. But anyways, that being said, it was a side note just because I was thinking about it the other day and I had an opportunity to ask you because you've been here just as long. I mean, you were streaming before I was. You were a content creator before I was, Sly. I'm pretty sure because you were.
I started 2013.
Yeah. I came in around the end of 2014, start of 2015 is when I started. So you've been around a little bit longer. Yeah.
I'm old and give out.
But that being said, going back to the rating stuff, I mean, it's important. They are adding one feature that we've been waiting forever for.
Yes.
Which is the raid planner.
Yes. I've been waiting for that since they announced it on Dawntrail. I was like, oh, they can put it on 7.2 or 7.3 and we can use it. And then nothing happened. And they said nothing. And I fear for my life that they were going to put it on 7.5. And it's like, I don't need it anymore.
See, this is a feature they should have started with. This is because now we're at the back end of raids. On the last tier of this Savage raid, we're finally getting this implementation. It feels more like it's for the next expansion, and we're beta testing it for the next expansion than it is for this expansion. But it was announced as a feature for this expansion. That was a problem. I'll admit. But go ahead.
But how are we all feeling about it? Because I mean, it's great that we're getting it. This feels like one of those things, I always have a saying on Stay at the Realm, whenever something outside the game, take any Glade plugin, let's call them, that gets immediately shut down and they get banned. We always thank them. We thank them for their service. They get their free Grand Slam at Denny's. And I feel like, Raid Plan didn't die for this. It's still out there. You can still use Raid Planner, but it's actually in game. Now, how do y'all feel about the functionality? Because I have my opinion. It's great that we have it, but I have an opinion about it.
Sure. Go. You guys go. I definitely have some things to say. Kiwi, all in you.
I'm nervous because I do feel like learning how to use a new system and then not being able to have it on a second monitor for a lot of people who are raiding is quite difficult. Like a raid plan you can pull up on the side and have open permanently, whereas something in game is not necessarily going to be up on your screen and able to be on a second monitor. And that's why people have, sticky notes and things on their, desktop and things like that. So I would say that's my main concern about it. I do think it has another unique function. I'm not sure how many of you have been raiding before and someone is trying to explain something to you before you pool, and they're using way markers to like draw on the map like where you're supposed to go. And sometimes it gets a little messy, but with the shared screen and you can see like a more compass view of like that, it's a little bit easier to convey to who you're talking to what they should be doing. So that seems like it's good, but I have a hard time feeling like raid plan is going to go away, but that's just my opinion.
I think for the rating, I don't think it's gonna do that much, like Kiwi said. I think like world racers and well, not world racers, like week ones, week twos, first 4 weeks raiders, they are just gonna keep doing raid plan. I think the new tool will be more used for other stuff. Like I saw a post from Fruity Snacks, the fishing guy, and he's doing. Yeah, I mean,
It's fair. It's fair. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he's planning to use it for the fishing stuff he's doing. Or I'm thinking also that I made videos sometimes, right, for like storytelling, and I could do that for just planning how I want the characters to move around the screen and where I want to use them, and then rehearsal and shoot the video rather than rating. I think that tool will have more things to do outside of rating than in rating. Rating is going to be good. A lot of people will do it, maybe statics, but maybe for like more serious rating, they will do a raid plan, or PF will do a raid plan. Other people will do it for something else.
Okay.
I
Sly.
want to know what's Sly.
On paper, it looks great. I mean, the functionality, we're going to get a lot of use out of it. Like, again, you kind of have to compare it to raid plan and Kiwi. I like having stuff on when I'm doing for like, I make a PDF. I made like a PDF, like cheat sheets and art and everything, and it's on my right monitor all the time. So when I'm doing something like, I don't know, I can say, hey, I'm short, I'm real quick and do the thing. Yeah, it's not being able to keep it up on screen while you're, rating, like while you're doing a certain mechanic kind of sucks. So yeah, that's a check in terms of raid plan. Now, here's another thing, and a lot of people won't even like realize this. When you're talking about mechanics and, for example, ultimates are so precise in the fact that there is like something on the ground and there is a thin line between, literally a pixel sometimes between you being alive and dead. Just one pixel. And it's something that you can demarcate using the arena's, lines on the ground and things like that. Why aren't they mimicking the arenas that we are fighting in? Instead, we get checkered patterns. We get, plain looking arenas that we can't tell. Like, if you're explaining a mechanic, if it's a square arena, okay, great. I mean, we can kind of mimic that. But at the same time, the in-game arenas usually have some kind of marking on the ground that you can kind of say, hey, for this mechanic, you stand here and then you move here. Like a specific, like where circles come together or something like that, or like diamonds, something. So at least if we're going to do this, at least be able to say, what fight are you doing? Okay, here's the arena. This is what it looks like in this phase, and this phase, if it changes, and like you're not really able to really put in there like specific location. You can just, eyeball it with whatever arena that you have. But I just really wish that they would take the actual arena that we're fighting, whatever patterns on the ground, and put it in the raid planner.
That would actually be perfect.
Yeah, I'll you guys know Lords of Dominion, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so every time they add a new minion to the game, they have to add stats for it in Lords of Dominion. So for them, if they did that, every time they add a new fight to the game, they have to add in one extra step of work. And so it's a repeatable thing that they'll have to do forever, and it's just this extra job that they have to put onto their workforce. I'm assuming what they thought when making this is, let's put this in here and have no maintenance on it going forward. And that's
that is
Yeah.
the wrong way to do it.
well,
I'm also curious, like, what about like what about like fights that have really, really unique like arenas, like Chaotic Darkness? Like, how can you recreate that with just a square and a circle? I'm not sure.
You saw that they recreated Queen Sphene little X
Oh,
thing.
okay.
Yeah, they had to get really unique in terms of like editing, but yeah, they were able to do that. So I'm guessing you can.
I would
Yeah,
think so.
it depends a lot on the
Yeah.
player, right? Like that, you
Yeah.
can just use all the stuff around it. But I agree with you, like that. I remember when we were doing top, right? And Kyo was like, "Oh, you have to stand on this notch and then do the mechanic, and we won't have that for the Raid Planner or inside for team." So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think for the raiders, for ultimates, and for stuff like that, you will keep using Raid Planner. For
Raid
other
Plan.
stuff, you will use this new tool.
What this tool is probably going to be most useful for is communicating with other people in Party Finder and trying to find simple ways to explain difficult moments within the fight that they need, that like variations, like that you have your standard strategy that everybody knows, but then you have your variants, and then you can use this to explain any kind of variants that you want to put in there. And I think maybe that will be it. Is not going to be utilized the way that it needs to be. And that we would hope it would be. There's still going to be external tools that you're going to use. Not tools, I guess, websites that... because this isn't third-party plugins. This is a website in general, right? That's just like, hey, here, you just put all your stuff on there, whatever. And so, whatever, they get graphics from the game. Whatever they do, I don't know. But I can't see that stuff going away in any shape or form, because the functionality there is always going to be better than whatever is going to be put into the system for the game. It just it is. They can't compete with it because there's nothing. They don't have the resources to do that, and it's like you said, having
I'm
it.
pretty sure they do.
Okay, they put their resources into this, or they put their resources into this other thing that we want them to put their resources into, and so it's like evaluating
want them to put
what is the other thing?
stuff that makes
what's
people
the other
subscribe to
thing?
the game. I don't think that Raid Planner is going to make people subscribe to the game. I'm sorry.
I mean,
And
you're not wrong.
They're going to put something. They're going to put those resources towards something else that's more valuable to the game than Raid Finder. I do think it's
I will
kind
say-
of.
oh,
Go
go
ahead. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
Oh, sorry. I will say, when I was a new player, I used to use Wikipedia to learn how to do Savage fights, because I didn't know how to look up like how to do like Alexander Savage, because I didn't know to use YouTube. I didn't know what Raid Plan was. I had no idea. So, I guess if they had this tool available, that's probably what I would have used as a player who doesn't know anything, which I would assume a lot of players don't really know to like look for a third party source, which I assume is what the goal is for this, whatever
See,
this
you
is.
came in like, here's the thing, Kiwi. You came in at a really good time. You came in at a good time when we have all these resources and everything. Back in my day in ARR, we had... Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here. Hi everyone. Welcome to the Visual Guide and so. My name is Miztech. And yeah, we had literally maybe 2, 3, or 4 people making guides. None of this extra shit. So you consider yourself blessed.
I am
Well, I mean,
lucky.
technically,
And
we
you know
have
what?
Hector now. So
Yeah, we
have
have
Hector,
like,
have
so, yeah,
Renard,
like
and
the
then
guide
everyone
making
else.
game has like, yeah.
Oh, and we have WTF DIG too. That's
True.
like,
Oh, yeah, that too.
Became
That's
popular
true.
too within
I think
the last
in
year.
reality, we have now too many options, because now you go into M7S and then you have like this strat or this strat or
Here's the
this strat.
thing: you think you have lots of options, but if you do Party Finder and you look for the earliest guides possible, you have the one that people are familiar with and have gotten used to, which is Hector, and you have the person who gets it out as soon as possible, which is Renan. So
No. See, here's the thing.
Okay.
Here's the thing. There are certain fights that, like Hector is prevalent, or like it's either Hector or one other. I'm trying to remember. There was another fight this expansion that
M7.
everybody
Friends.
had a certain.
Was it Toxic Friends?
Yeah, it was M7 because you had the seeds. It was
They did the Toxic Seeds and Toxic. They had a whole.
Yeah, it might have been M7. Like it was just like everybody had a certain way of like 20 different ways of doing it. And usually with the community, it's like either Hector or 2 other things. And I can accept 3. But when you get down to like when you're in a PF and like nobody knows what the fuck they want to do, that's why I don't PF. I don't trust these hoes, man. That's why I have a static.
Well, here's the thing. You know what's even funnier now too is that you have raid plans, and those raid plans eventually turn into Hector, or they turn into whatever, right? The raid plans come first, and you see that in Party Finder for a while, and then eventually they change the name. It's not that raid plan anymore. It's just the Hector guy. It's just this guy.
Yep.
I think it's
the UI thing. Well, no, the raid planner thing that we are gonna have, it's gonna help with that, because instead of going into PF and saying, "Hi, we're gonna do the raid plan 32XY7," they can now link the raid plan they are using just based on the new.
I mean,
strategy thingy.
I'm interested, you know, to see how, if it actually takes off or not. But I do think, again, right now is the wrong time to implement it. At the beginning of an expansion is the right time, because at the very beginning of an expansion, you have a lot of new players and a lot of people who aren't looking for these third outside party things, and they will use the tools that are in front of them. And so they're more likely to use the raid planner because it's a new feature or whatever. So if it was implemented in 7.0, it might have taken off a lot more. But I think there's a risk now that it's just going to fade off into obscurity. So,
Frosty, I don't think you realize when this idea came to fruition. I don't think you realize. Like, do y'all remember? I guess like Shadowbringers. This is like shortly after Shadowbringers media tour when they released all the job ability videos. Do you remember that trailer?
Yeah.
And you remember within that trailer, like there was a little board with job icons doing mechanics. That's where this came from. That was the earliest implementation of this idea. So, and people were like, why don't we have that? Yeah. And shortly after that, we were like, why don't we have that?
And then they eventually made it, and then they release it. They're releasing it at the wrong time. That doesn't change them from releasing it at the wrong time. We've been hyped for it and excited for it.
It's been worked on for a long time. It just got released now. It's like housing. Let's not talk about housing. Never mind.
It's fine.
But no.
I think.
But yeah, they've just been working on it for a while. That's it.
I know. I kind of wish they would have just pushed it to 8.0. But because it does feel like it's not going to get the use that it should have been given, or the attention.
If you think about it, if it comes out in the beginning of an expansion, learning how to use a new tool with a little bit more of a simpler fight, like let's say with Black Cat, would be a lot more, like I don't have to struggle to like do, like imagine for your first time, you're trying to do like P9S limit cut on this new like raid plan board, and when you could have been doing like, Eric Thonios or something. Like I feel like learning a new tool with a earlier tier fight for the general public would be like a little bit more practice with it, and then as we get higher in the tier, then we're better with it and we're feeling more comfortable. So I kind of agree with you on that, Frosty.
And I do think like this does give them time to perfect it or like change things before the expansion comes out, but the hype's already gone and people are already going to be like forgetting about this, but like it's not going to be a focal point going into the expansion. I could be wrong. I don't know. This is just my feeling, right? I'm not a prophet.
I agree.
But
I agree on the general, because Savage is not going to be used. I totally agree. But then we have Fork Tower and that new area in 7.5, and that is going to be a lot of use, and you can learn and do a lot of new things because you are not depending on an arena. You're not depending on a lot of things. And you have a bunch of people that they don't need a new raid planner. They just need the information really quick because you just did the party in like 10 minutes. So that's where it's going to be very, very useful.
No. Well, we'll see. Either way, I do feel like I'm glad it's being put into the game. One note, I don't know if maybe I just thought about this. It does feel kind of weird that you have all the different animations in there for different attacks and different things. Does that kind of give away a little bit of the structure of how they're going to do fights? And like, if they can't do something really weird, that if they do something really weird, do they have to put it in the raid plan so people can put it in the raid plan?
They have to.
And is it kind of telling people the the mechanics of fights? If they do, hey, we're implementing these different style options for AoEs and everything now. Is it because the next fight has those AoEs in it? So I don't know. Go ahead.
It's kind of on us to kind of get creative. If it's something we haven't seen, if it's like a new mechanic that we haven't seen before in game, like, you know, a different kind of stack or something that we haven't seen, we'll just have to get creative with how we kind of imagine or picture it.
I hope that's how it's done. I hope they don't implement what they're like the raid mechanics, like any unique raid mechanics into it before, you know, releasing the content. My hope is that they realize that people need extra into this raid planner or whatever after the fights come out, instead of like, you know, kind of giving away a little bit of the mechanics. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's one place my head went with it.
Makes sense, but at the same time, when was the last time we had a really new mechanic in the game? It's been a while.
It's been a minute.
I guess like Valley Gourmand, the tank buster is probably the only one I can think of.
Oh yeah, the one where you're just going from side to side.
Yeah, and they did show that in the raid planner when they actually showed images of it. So that obviously made it in there. So
yeah,
which is also not like super different. It's like two mechanics at the same time.
It's like a tower.
You could figure out how to. You would be able to figure out how to display it in like the UI.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Okay. Well, it's funny. We've talked about this a lot. It's just been about the rating side of things. I mean, it's a huge part of it. I mean, talking about fights too. Again, you were talking about Doomtrain a second ago. Doomtrain is like, I feel like they made it with the intention of gaining some social media tracking as well. Because of the face has created, of course, a whole new meme of like, what is he looking at, right? And so I'm excited for this fight in general. I don't know. It looks like aesthetically it'll be a lot of fun, and I do like the really cool thing they did with the train loop, where it goes off to the side and comes back down. It's not like, again, like a new mechanic, but visually it looks cool as shit.
I have a confession to make right now.
Sure.
Because I saw that on the previous live letter, right? And I thought to myself, I haven't played Final Fantasy VIII. I should play Final Fantasy VIII because I need to know about it. This is from Final Fantasy VIII and whatever. And I played that game for the last month, and I never fought the Doomtrain. I finished the game and I just skipped the Doomtrain because it's optional, and I just didn't realize. So I don't know what's the Doomtrain anymore.
I mean, it's just there's what was it? There's Doomtrain, and then there's Chaos Train. What's the other one? What's it called? I forget. I always get them mixed up. Phantom Train and Doomtrain, right? Those are like the two big iconic Final Fantasy 14 trains. And so I don't know. I'm trying to dig into my old Final Fantasy knowledge to know how much different this one is to the old one. Demon Train. Sorry, I don't know. It's I get mixed up. At this point, I don't criticize people for not even playing other Final Fantasy games anymore. I feel like Final Fantasy 14 has kind of come in its own. This is Final Fantasy. It uses references from games that people have likely not played, but they're still playing this game now. I've kind of gotten used to that.
I mean, this train is a Guardian force that you can summon in Final Fantasy VIII. I just don't know anything else outside of that. That's all.
Well, it's a fight in Final Fantasy 14 now. Now you know. I mean, it looks cool. I'm excited. It's hard to, like, extreme fights they're like this really cool thing to do for like a week or two, and then they kind of fade off and you forget about them for the most part.
Unless you're mount farming.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what those wings look like, because it's a train. So I'm not really sure like what type of wing motif they're going to give us with that, but it'll be like interesting to see for sure.
The arms, like the Phantom, like muscly arms. Yeah,
maybe we get giant muscle arms. Who knows? But
and they're just flapping really hard or flexing. They're flexing their way up. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, we're getting some pretty crazy mounts these days, right? We have like the noodle dish mount.
Oh, yeah.
We have
that one's so cool.
Are we getting the blimp mount too? Is that what I saw? The in one of the screenshots. I didn't actually clarify that or not, but there's a blimp,
I thought
right?
that was an MSQ screenshot, but I mean,
you
honestly,
could
we
get
don't
this.
know.
You could get it as a mount, maybe.
We could because we don't really know what the final Savage mount is going to be at this moment. So
Oh,
that's
Jesus.
also a possibility too.
Luckily, that's next patch. We don't got to worry about that yet. I need to start wing farming. I need to do a lot of stuff in the game. I've been gone for a bit just in this whole programming, this website thing, and I've been so disconnected from a lot of different things. And I'm so happy. By the way, I'm very happy to be back. Glad to be back. Sorry, I'm very glad to be back today.
You don't have to worry about Mike saying no. I'm happy. That's what you were kind of worried about.
Worry about everybody else. I can't worry about everybody. Yeah, Jet does it too. But it feels good to just be here and chat again and just kind of hang out. I feel like I'm cheating the burnout though by just not playing as much sometimes, and I kind of come in and the game's just fun. I know
that is an okay thing to do,
but I feel bad because
bad about it.
Well, I'm not able to be in the same burnout boat with so many other people because I'm just not experiencing the content in the same way and at various.
Why would you want to suffer? Yeah. Why would you want to suffer with people? That's my thing. Like, why are you trying to like?
Because there's like this like thing where if people are happy with the game right now, it's bad.
You're a shill. Yeah, you're a shill.
It's bad because you'll get heavily criticized for it. And because it diminishes.
Media tour streamer. Oh my god.
On the do not contact list.
But the main reason I have to be fair. The main reason I'm content with the game is just because I've been doing so much other stuff. I've been doing so much Final Fantasy 14 content that's not Final Fantasy 14. That's just part of my life, and so I'd have a different experience than that, and it doesn't diminish the complaints and what everybody else is saying. I just feel bad that it's harder for me to emphasize. Have empathy. Empathize. There we go. Emphasize, not emphasize. Empathize. Yeah, there we go. Languages are hard. English is super difficult.
Words hard.
For someone who's natively speaking hard. English, super hard.
Words hard.
But no, I'm excited for the fight because it looks like a fun fight, and I'll probably go in there and do it a couple of times, and then I'll do other stuff. And I feel pretty good. I'm still having fun with the game, learning how to play healer on a controller, and I don't feel like I've gotten to a good point to where I've accomplished or overcame the difficulties of doing that. So that's still fun for me. But that's a whole separate topic. The other really cool crap that's coming out is Variant. It doesn't come out with this one. And we're talking about PvE right now, so we might as well bring in Variant and Criterion, and that's going to be maybe end of January, start of February. I don't even know at this point. I feel like Savage is going to be too close to this, and it's stressing me out a little bit.
It's stressing me out too.
It does look really cool. Because I like bright colors that blind you and pastel kind of like imagery and basic simple stuff like that and unrendered graphics looks. It looks cool to me. I understand why people would have issues or burn out on seeing that too much and be like, I'm kind of tired of seeing this, but I'd like to know what you guys think about Variant and Criterion and everything from what we saw.
When I first caught a glimpse of this, like within the previous live letter, the part 1, and they introduced this, it reminded me of a Sega Genesis game from way back called Comic Zone.
Okay.
And like, you were just, it's just, you're going through panels and everything, and they're, penciling in enemies for you. And I kind of wish that was the case here. Like they would just, paint in enemies. And I think in some cases they do that, but yeah, I'm not mad at the whole design of this. Like I like it. I think it looks really good. In terms of the live letter, they showed a lot. Like Yoshi P showed a hell of a lot more than I thought he was going to for this. I'm like, bro, this is like, let me at least see some shit. Like, you don't have to go the entire route. We don't need to see a boss fight, but Jesus, man, we know how Variant, we know how Criterion works. Let us do the thing. And he's like, nah, I'm gonna fight this boss until I die. yeah.
Fair. Okay. Jet, Kiwi, what are your thoughts on it?
Go ahead, Jet.
Go Kiwi, go.
Oh, okay. I think I think the art style is like unique for the game. I feel like it's something we haven't seen before. So I'm not really sure. I've been seeing some people say that it looks childish, but in general, I feel like if something's new, like I feel like people are always saying like they're tired of what we have and they wish they would innovate, and then they innovate and then people are like, well, this looks dumb. Why doesn't it look like Final Fantasy 14? So I'm like, I don't know. I think it's fun that we have an optional piece of content with a different aesthetic. They also are kind of going a different way with the difficulty, which I personally prefer. I've suffered in that Criterion Savage for like a year and I still can't clear it. I hate it so much. And I feel like they have kind of pulled back and are like reassessing how they want to go about like changing the way the difficulty works. So I think it's more accessible for a larger amount of people. But I am curious to see if it's still like on a savage level, considering they took out the word, savage. So it'll be interesting to see what the final criterion is.
I have to be very curious about this too, because it's something I've said I would track and work on. So it's I don't know what it's good. Criterion. I hope it's still fun and good for all the players, and difficult enough for a lot of people who are going really hard at it. But if it's beaten like in a couple of hours, maybe I'll veer off the train of tracking.
It's going to be like that. For this time, it's going to be like that.
You think so?
It's going to be way easier than the last time.
I think so too.
But that was not the problem with Criterion. The problem with Criterion was the reward system.
Savage was a problem. I'm going to be honest with you. Savage was a problem because
I personally have a problem with it.
And the main reason was just that there was nothing new in it. That there was issues with how they implemented Savage into it. And
it was like artificial difficulty.
Yeah.
Like they made it so you can't die and everyone hits like 3 times harder and the bosses have like 20% more health. So it was just, we're running the same thing, but they just upped a little bit of like difficulty by removing a bunch of tools and adding health, which was, I don't know, it gets boring, I would say.
Yeah. If they would have added,
the rewards is true.
They could have added a bonus fight at the end. I know that takes a lot more development to add a whole nother fight in there.
Yeah.
But there had to be something else at the end to like really pull people in and be like excited about completing it, other than I just one-shot it without dying, and which was what Savage was basically.
Yeah.
And so I think it is good that they're changing the system. I just don't know if it's completely downgrading the hardcore difficulty of it, which won't be a big deal if they're putting out an Ultimate and a Savage every single patch. Granted, they're not, because Ultimate didn't come in 7.3, but I don't know. It just depends on how that life cycle like goes. Having one really difficult thing every single patch, I think, is pretty healthy for the game, because it gives one big target for a lot of players who are deep into the PvE side of it. But again, I have a very biased perspective, and I can't really say I speak for the general population of Final Fantasy 14, although half that population isn't playing right now, so I don't know. Sorry. I know. I'm still looking forward to it as content in general, outside of the content creation side of it that I've been doing. I do feel like it looks like it'll be fun and cool to go in and do, but we'll see.
Yeah, those rewards will really make or break it, I think, because like Jet said, there's no reason for me personally to want to do like Mount Ronkin Savage or whatever you call it, because what do you get from it? What do you get? Like, what's the point of suffering through that?
Bragging.
To get what? Unless you just want to raid, which, I don't mind raiding. I do enjoy doing them, but I think the average player wants to be rewarded. And that's why the weapons for Aloe Aloe Savage were really cool. I would hope that they would give us something exciting for the new one, but I guess we won't know.
I also have to add that rewarding the player doesn't necessarily mean give them items in game. You can give them so many more things. You can give them cutscenes, new lore.
They can't do cutscenes anymore. No, they learned their lesson long ago. All right.
They can do anything else outside of mounts and weapons. We need more stuff. If it's just mounts and weapons,
I definitely think Glam is is really popular, which is why a lot of people still run
Oh, more
Chaotic
so
Darkness.
now with this patch.
Yeah, and that like rare hair has like I think more people are doing like the dungeon, the deep dungeon this patch because they want that hair or they want to sell it because it's super high in demand. So adding not just mounts and weapons. I mean, you can only use, one at a time. So I agree with you on that for sure.
Yeah.
No.
Go
Having
ahead.
said that, you cannot convince me that Criterion Dungeon is not a Kingdom Hearts reference.
Oh, it does look like Kingdom Hearts for sure.
It is.
So many people are saying Traverse Town, and I see it. I get it. I understand.
We're going inside a book, just like in the Winnie Pooh in Kingdom Hearts 1 or 2, whichever. It's like it's there. Kingdom Hearts announced.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, PvE wise, I think there's a couple more things that we can tag on to like side notes of a lot of the PvE stuff that's going on. One big thing is ultimate testers coming in now. So that has been a huge conversation recently about how that affects the world race and giving players an early perspective of it. So in my court, there's a lot of conversation about it. In the general Final Fantasy XIV population, I don't think it's that big of a deal, other than just saying, hey, we have players coming in and giving opinions about these fights. Is that always a good thing?
I really
Maybe?
don't.
Go ahead.
It could be for Ultimate, but I really don't think it's for Ultimate. I think it could be for other forms of content.
Okay.
I think Mike said Mr. Ozma is working on something not Ultimate, but will have, some form of Ultimate difficulty. So maybe it could be for that or other things. Again, something like this, a position like this was how we got Mr. Ozma in the first place. So,
yeah. I mean, it's good to have players and have like a really hardcore team of people who can do the content and go through all the challenges and say, but they also have to have the perspective of the Final Fantasy XIV player in general, and I think this is should do it. It's just it's not that big of a deal. I'm not worried about leaks. I mean, leaks are going to be the same as if they were already, right? When they bring in employment, they're always going to have people who have to sign in NDAs, and there's always going to be at some level of a risk that someone's going to break it or do something wrong. I don't think that's going to increase at all. I do feel like we'll just have to see how it plays out. I don't know. I do feel like, to me, it does add a level of concern of clarification I have to do with my own content and everything else. But I don't feel like it could make the content better. But if they bring in some really hardcore players who have overemphasized the difficulty for us, so anyone who tries to do it is going to feel like they have to be Ultimate players in order to do that content, which is fine with Ultimate, but if they are applying that to other pieces of content, does that mean the overall difficulty of content in the game overall increases, or whatever they're working on? I don't know. So how have you guys felt about the game's battle recently? And like, the battle content has been pretty spot on, I thought. Unless if you guys have a different opinion on that. I know a lot of people thought Fru was killed a little bit too early, or might be a little bit easier in comparison to the other Ultimates. But I mean, I thought the battle content in the game, this expansion, has been pretty good.
Yeah, I think the battle content is good. It's enjoyable, especially for repeatable content, because you're gonna do it several times, right? I think it's good. It's not overcomplicated. It's not oversimplified. You can join PF. You can do aesthetic. You can do on your own. It's fun. I don't see it as an issue. Like I don't know, P10, the arachnid boss that you so much love in Pandemonium Frosty. That one was a good fight,
but it was real good.
But it was super tough to do on PF. Like it was like super annoying. I know you had a lot of fun, but it was so annoying. And now we have M6S, which was super annoying. It was like on the same vein. it got easier over time, so you can still do it on PF instead of going on P10 week 12 or 16 and still wipe into body mechanics.
Yeah.
So I think it's good.
So when they're recruiting people who need to have ultimate experience, we assume they're testing the highest difficulty content that they're going to be putting out, right? No?
I don't think so. No.
Possibly. Possibly.
So if they're applying them to Savage, though, you know, what are the opinions of ultimate players who could do ultimate doing Savage and testing that out for you? Does it make that content more difficult then? Does it make it, like, are we going into, like, so it is weird. I don't know. I guess we'll see what the product looks like in the end. I love them bringing in players to make the content better in general. I feel like there are people who are really good at this game who can give good opinions, but there are also people who are really good at this game who can give really bad opinions. So it's hard to tell. It still will be up to the developers to figure out how to moderate the opinions of the people they're bringing in. But
I do agree with you on that, because in some aspect, I think there are a lot of people who clear everything quite quickly and then say everything's too easy. I guess that was the case with Fru not being the same difficulty as like Top. But then you talk to other people and they're like, yeah, Top made me quit because I burnt out after like 12 weeks of straight like not eating and sleeping because I'm progging like all day and all night. And it's like, whoa. So I don't know. Like, I personally don't think that the highest difficulty equals fun. I definitely think it's a difficult balance, with finding the right difficulty and also balancing the fun of a raid. I think M6 was difficult and fun. I don't think it's the most difficult raid we've ever had, but I would prefer that over something like, I don't know, like unkillable P8S on release, like, for example. Though I do have some, I do like that raid in some aspects, but, obviously I wasn't around during that time, but I've heard about it. So, I guess, bringing in Ultimate Raider, maybe they're just looking for the highest skills so that they can test every piece of content instead of limiting themselves to, someone who bringing people in who are not capable of, testing out other things, for example. Ultimate Raiders have stamina, and not everyone that does Savage. Even though Savage, there are times where there are Savage mechanics that I find more difficult than Ultimate mechanics, but the stamina of a player that does Ultimate is obviously much higher than someone who does a Savage, for example.
You're right. I don't think there's going to be anything bad, or I don't think that this is like going to be a negative thing in any way. I can't see it being a negative thing. It's just starting to think about it. These are things that pop into my head, right?
Yeah.
I do have this like sense that really Mr. Ozma it has fun watching players try to do content, and it's kind of like probably he has this like secret lab where he brings people in to watch them be tortured within the content that he created. Right? He just wants to watch people do his content and just like do experiments on them and see how they react to what the mechanics he puts in. And maybe it's just his own little creation lab of like, all right, I'm going to bring in these volunteers and see how much pain I can put them through. I think that might be more it than anything else.
I mean, I don't know.
You guys seem like not really, you don't have an opinion. All right.
All he needs to do is join my chaotic party. He'll see them tussling in there if he wants pain.
I feel like it does. I hope that he has a lot of fun doing this. Because I think Mr. Ozma does like the players and seeing how they react to the content that he creates. And he has a lot of fun. He watches the world race and everything else. And so this is going to be a good opportunity for him to do that too, with whatever is being made right now, right?
But don't you think that they are bringing these players to prevent things like what happened with Top, that they could clear the ultimate without healers? By just bringing Red Mage?
Maybe.
Like, it's just trying to make just...
It's so easy to prevent that, though. You just put hard walls in there that says, hey, you have to have a healer to pass this checkpoint or the mechanics don't work properly. I mean,
but the thing is, we eventually figure that shit out, though. Like we love doing mad sciencey shit.
Oh,
I don't.
Okay.
But the community loves doing mad sciencey shit like all paladin, all warrior, all healer, all DPS if you can, things like that. We will test test the bounds of the game ourselves.
Stop red mages from rezzing so much. There you go. Most of those problems are fixed.
Well, they did say 8.0 they're getting rid of possibly res on summoners, so that is a potential.
Did they say that?
They did, and then if you look up, it's an interview. It was like in a separate interview, and they said that was on the table. So it'll be interesting to see if they rework summoner without the res.
They are not there. They are just gonna get rid of the.
I don't know. They said it in an interview. I have to send it your way, but I remember seeing that, and I was like,
I don't think it's gonna be like a full summoner rework. I mean, they're still gonna eat crayons, but they're not gonna have a res. That's it.
Yeah,
it is good to have an entry mage.
Yeah.
Also, I think that is the base for the next jobs. Like it's the same as Viper. Super easy.
Next jobs? You think we're gonna get next jobs?
No, yeah. For 8.0, yeah, absolutely.
You think so? Maybe not. Maybe they just rework all the jobs and they're like, here you go, that's your new jobs. Right?
It'll be interesting to see if they
it's gonna feel kind of weird to go to a fan fest and not have them talk about a job. Yeah, it's they're gonna release a job.
Okay.
How do you sell an expansion without the job? I guess, especially without a new race, right?
It's what we're used to.
They're selling a new MMO. Is what they're trying to right now.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Apparently from an interview. If you translated it like Mike's translation, like something reborn or rebirth. My translation, because my translation was fucking stupid. My translator was stupid. It said new baby.
Rude.
So yeah, Final Fantasy 14 new baby. Yeah, let's go.
Okay, all right.
Let's go.
It has been 12 years. So
yeah.
I mean, in the interviews recently, there's been a lot of talk about making it to where this is kind of like going back into that whole A Realm Reborn situation, but I don't know. So if they do go in that direction and they do a heavy job rework, where is the room for creating a new job? And so there is a possibility that they do that, and there's a lot of selling points they can make for the expansion, and one of them is throwing a meteor back on it. I don't think they're going to do it, but you could sell it by basically trying to sell a new MMO. Basically, WoW's done things like that before. There's been a lot of MMOs who've done that where they take out these core things.
Do we have to have a cataclysm? Oh,
Jet.
Jet.
You messed up all my cameras, Jet.
No.
All right. Hold on. Let me see if Jet pops back on. I'll keep my eye out there, but we're just gonna look weird for a second. I'm too lazy to fix it right now. Go ahead.
God, what was that thing I was saying? I lost my train of thought when Jet went away.
Not having jobs for an expansion. WoW did it before, kind of thing.
Yeah, do we have to have a cataclysmic event every time to rebirth or reborn a game? Do we have to have something like world ending? Does Bahamut have to come out of retirement, put on the glasses, put on the suit and tie, and come and wreck this game again for it to be reborn? Like how exactly are we going to reborn this game again? Is my question.
I feel like they try to give us a cataclysmic event every single expansion, whether we're reborn or not. We're always fighting the end of the world in the last 3 palette or 3 expansions. So
I absolutely, I think 100% they could do it again. And if they do it again, all right, turn your camera on, Jet, so you get in the right position when you get a chance. There you go. This is why I probably should go back to the other way of doing it with cameras, but we'll figure it out later.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. But yeah, cataclysms and things like that. How else do you create a reason for recreating a game, right? Like you have to destroy stuff and reset power scales and stuff. I mean, what is it? What other options do you have, Sly? Oh, you're muted, Sly, I think.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't have to be that. I mean,
we could go to a new planet, right? Like just a whole new planet and just start completely there, right?
And all the jobs are reworked and
try everything going forward.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll see.
I
don't know.
basically, yeah, we'll find out. We'll find out because the 7.4 is the prelude to 8.0. This is where, we kind of get those little breadcrumbs of where we're going to go or what we're going to do. So I'm kind of looking forward to that in terms of who the voice was on the trailer and everything, and where are they leading us? Because this was, I think, wasn't it 6.4 when we got introduced to Wooklamont, I want to say.
Yes.
Was it?
Yeah.
So we're gonna start to get our breadcrumb, our key 8.0.
We'll get our clovers.
Yeah, our clover. Yeah,
our beta little clover necklace or whatever. Green mage.
Yep.
All right.
I mean, the easiest way to do a reset right now is to take out the power of the Asians imbued in our character, right? Like, we just need to find a new way.
And then ants start beating us up and stuff, and like
yeah, we need to find a
little
way
fluffy
to
bunnies
the
again.
Power.
Yeah,
fight sheep out in Lenosia, getting our ass kicked by sheep. Yeah.
Okay.
I need to figure out something because we're gonna reach 100 by 8 point. No, we are at that 100 right now, right?
Yeah.
We cannot keep leveling up. We cannot go into 101. That would
we
that
could
feel very weird.
We could.
I know.
I'm not a fan of going past 100, but I mean, we could. It's not out of the realm of
We've
possibility.
broken the limit. Anything is possible.
Yeah, but it feels so boring. 110 feels boring, dude. I don't know, but 110 feels boring to me.
What I'm hearing is the formula is getting a little old. Is that what you're saying, Frosty?
Yeah.
Yeah, the formula of leveling up 10 expansion.
12 years old. I don't know what to tell you. A lot of systems
We
are like
need
over a
something
decade
new.
old. Yeah.
I do hear that as like the main complaint from most people is that they won't stray from the formula. So it's getting too predictable. Therefore,
I don't think
if you've
won't
experienced
stray is the right way to say it. I think it's they use stuff that works well and they go with that. And then there's only so much that they can put into the game too. Resource-wise, is my assumption is they don't have infinite resources, and maybe they overtune or overfocus their resources in one thing or another, but they can't give us infinite content and everything that we want and rework stuff to make it super fresh and new every single patch.
I do think we got a couple editions of new content too that I feel like, I mean, obviously I wasn't there for the majority of the old patches, but like Quantum and, Chaotic Alliance Raid, those are all new content. So it's not like we didn't get new things in a way.
What a lot of the people who are not happy right now with a lot of this stuff, what they would want is something way different than just a different style of like fight, right? They want the whole fight system to probably change. They probably want a lot of different things to go. And it's real hard reworks that would make people like that happy. It's not just throwing in like a difficult format. It's not throwing in a difficult like 100-player boss, right? It's something that would be very drastic. That would take a lot of work, I think.
I mean, but a lot of those players is like the modders, right? Like you've seen modding people this game, not even for raiding, just for not general modding. It's like it looks like they are playing a different game, and sometimes I feel like they are complaining, and you need to realize that if you want that kind of stuff in Final Fantasy XIV, you should probably just play a different game, because that is not going to come to Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh, you're going to get shit on for saying that, buddy.
Oh my God.
You say, good luck, chat.
I'm sorry. God bless you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much. We salute your service.
I thought I messed up earlier at the start of this show. You've done good here. Thank you, taking that heat off. So
wow.
The other thing with Savage is not battle content related, but Tom Morello related, which is pretty interesting, right? There's always some cool story with Soken. Soken always has like a story about something and how it gets made, and that was kind of just out of nowhere. I don't think anyone was expecting Tom Morello to just show up in a video talking about giving a song to Final Fantasy XIV. Apparently
Jason Charles Miller and Tom Morello, they play games together, and that's how this whole thing came about. Which is like, yeah, I don't know. The next song we get, next song we get might be from Amanda Aiken, like, you know, playing Overwatch with some other artist, and we might get another artist in 14. I don't know. Like there's just so many 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon type things going on in this game in terms of our talent and everything. Yeah, and I love this. I love this. I mean, Jason, I love Tom Morello. I love Rage Against the Machine.
Jason's an amazing person. I had the pleasure to actually meet him in person recently and talk to him a bit. And like I've talked to him on the show before too. But being able to hang out a little bit with him, it was cool to see him. He's such a cool good dude. He really is. Oh, yeah. But he's been around a while, and he knows a lot of people.
A lot of people.
Yeah, yeah.
So what you're saying is that you're just gonna call Jason Miller because he's your good friend, and then
I didn't
make a show.
I feel like he's a good friend, but I'm not saying he's my good friend because I don't want to take that privilege. Okay, Jason is a really cool person that I happen to have the pleasure of being able to talk to, but I'm not going to put words in his face or his mouth about him thinking I'm a good friend. But I would treat him on a level of I like this person, I have a lot of respect for him, and he could be my good friend. All right, I'm not saying okay. Just to clarify,
just invite Jason and Tom for the next one.
Okay, invite him for what? Sorry, say that one more time.
The next MogTalk.
Invite Jason. I should. I did talk to him, and I was like, hey, we should do another show. And him and Amanda was like, yeah, we should do another show. It's been a while. And so at some point, maybe we'll see. It'd be cool to talk to him again. Jason's been traveling and doing some really cool shows. By the way, you guys, I hope the people who had the opportunity to catch him over in the UK did catch him over in the UK when he was doing his concert tour over there. But yeah, he's been around, moving around, and Amanda's been moving around a lot too. They've been all over the place. Especially with FanFest coming up, they're gonna be moving around a lot again too, which is crazy. They always have something going on and going somewhere. The life of amazing people, you know. I don't know. But yeah, no, sorry, this was derailed from what we were talking about earlier. But the focal point being on Tom Morello making this song and the cool story of him just wanting to make something and send that up. And they found a place for that song, and it sounds fire. See, I use that word in particular because it was very related to the lyrics within the song. I hope you guys appreciate what I did there. But it sounds really good, and I can imagine it being a very hype song for Savage.
Well, probably the cool thing about it too is the fact that they literally said that there's no copyright on it at all. So you can use it freely, like at any time, and that they were just like, yeah, let's make something cool, and then let's just let everyone use it and have no problem. Like, I don't know how many of you have tried to upload a video to YouTube.
Did they say no copyright at all, or did they just?
I think they said it's completely free to use for videos and things like that. So,
or does it fall within the realm of like the other Final Fantasy songs where it's privileged
I actually would need to go back and look at it, but I remember them saying like, obviously you can stream it without like worrying about it on like YouTube and things like that. So because I know a couple of the songs have problems on YouTube with copyright issues, but I think they specifically were saying that this one would not. So that's really exciting because it's such a pain in the butt.
It can be
when you're playing
with
the
YouTube
game.
in particular. Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
This one is in the realm of any other Final Fantasy 14 song that is not has lyrics at all. You can just use it wherever. It's not like the full Pulse 2 discs that you have to use it strictly on 14.
Okay.
This one is like, it's more free, so you don't have an issue with any copyright anywhere. Having said that, specifically for YouTube, you need to take care because people will claim that, and it's like scammers and stuff like that, and you will have to deal with that on your own.
But I mean, it was just cool, and I think that Square Enix has been doing a lot of stuff recently. You guys have probably noticed with reaching out to content creators and trying to like get into like a lot more social media like collaborations with people out there. We saw the interviews over in Japan. I think who was it again? What's their group? I forget. It's a group of guys over there that live in Japan. Went and visited and did an interview.
Trash Taste.
Trash Taste. Yeah. And that was a pretty big deal too. And they're bringing in a lot of content creators working with Final Fantasy 14 content creators to experience the game and go through. So they are reaching out and trying to do a lot more stuff with their marketing, with just in this sphere. And having Tom Morello come in is a pretty big marketing thing as well. So I have to applaud them for actually doing that work. Out of nowhere, I'm sure this will get a lot of attention, and literally I think it's hyping up this that adds like extra points to this patch to bring people in and play it. So to be able to hear the full song, right?
Yeah.
So in its glory, I'm sure in M11S or M1S. I don't think it's going to be an M2S because it's water and fire. I feel like it would feel a little bit weird if it was there, right?
Yeah, I think they're putting that punk song in there.
10, yeah.
There was like a little special punk song that they had as well.
But super awesome on them for doing that. Man, we've been talking about PvE for a while. It feels like this patch is pretty PvE heavy.
It is.
Which is great.
It is.
I mean, they're also adding in the Phantom jobs. I don't know who does Occult Crescent anymore. But
I wonder if the new relic will have us go back in there. Because if it does, then obviously we'll all have to go back in there to get our relic. But
it gives you more things to level up
depends.
while you're doing that stuff too. Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, they're also non-PvE wise. There's a lot of cool stuff like the cosmic exploration, which I've done 0 of in this game. I don't know if you guys have been doing it or not. Fortunately, it's the type of content I don't have to do, and I don't feel sad about missing out on it. But if it's been going well, and I'm hopefully whoever is excited for cosmic exploration is getting what they want with this. But I don't know what you guys think.
In general, I've done it, but just the first week, and that's how it dies. Like I go and do my quest, I go and finish the story or whatever I'm doing there because I'm not doing all the relics for the crafters, and then it's done, and it lasts a week or a couple of days. So I'm excited to finish and continue that, but not overly excited. I hope.
Yeah, I definitely feel like the moon was really hype, and I remember like people like really talking about like the red alerts and all the special quests on there. And then Vienna was kind of quiet. I really don't remember a lot of people talking about Vienna, but I do know that there were good rewards in there that people wanted. So if they keep giving good rewards for the new planet, I mean, there is incentive for folks to, go in there and try it out. And it is easy to level crafters, so that's always a good thing too if you're trying to catch up.
Yeah.
Me personally, I mean, it's just extra content. My crafters were already leveled, so. It would just be maybe to, I don't know, get a cosmic tool for glam if I really wanted to, but
so this is kind of what I do is beginning expansion, repair my armor, meld, 2 requirements met, end of expansion, level everything up again, then start expansion. So I will probably experience this near the end of the expansion.
Why don't you knock this shit out in the beginning?
I don't.
Here's the thing.
All right, so Sly, this very legitimate reason why I don't is because I have limited time in the game and I have to pick and choose what I can do. And this, unfortunately, is one of those things that is not chosen for my time.
That's okay. Not true for this expansion. You were a full-time streamer when Dawntrail.
Only at the beginning. Only at the beginning. For like 2 to 3 months.
2 to 3 months. Pictomancer and Viper, and that's all.
Okay, that's battle content. But I did a lot of Savage.
Now I'm going to tell you. I'm going to tell you this right now. In terms of crafting, gathering content, all I did was use gatherers. I gathered all the shit to make lev kits for my crafters, and I mean that was content. Hell, I spent like a day on front page just punching trees and kicking rocks, and just getting it for a lev kit, and my gatherers would be leveled, And then by the time I got to my crafters, I would just do turn-ins, do Wachu Meki Meki, and they're all leveled. It literally took maybe about 3-4-ish days for that.
That's a lot of time. That's a lot of time. But no, I mean,
it's a lot of kicking trees and punching rocks, but
I will probably mess with it later, but it definitely is not one of my priorities for it. And I apologize to everybody who comes to this channel looking for any kind of crafting gathering experience. Unfortunately, that's the weak point of this show normally, and everything else is the crafting and gathering side of everything. But maybe there'll be a world race that I'll
hate us.
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
You hate you and Mike both, like, and Mike is like, I do crafting and gathering, and I'm like, I had to beg you for expansions to do it. And he's like, nah, fam. He finally starts doing it for achievements.
Yeah,
it's just
fuck out of here.
It's fine. Again, Final Fantasy 14.
Do you not like money? Do you not like Gil?
Not if I don't need it.
Oh yeah, because you are the boss and we give you the money, right?
I've been in a situation to where I can kind of just, what I need money for in Gil in this game is crafted gear, getting new gear, and potions and food. And if I'm tapped out on that, sometimes people are generous enough to give me stuff, and it's a privilege I understand that I can have that not everybody does have. So
Kiwi.
Yeah, so crafting gathering is not a problem.
This is an advice I have for you. If you want to be successful as a raider, Kiwi, you just need to have an intern that do the crafting and gathering for you, like I do for Frosty. And then
been keeping quiet because
I'm a big ass boy and do it your fucking self.
No, here's the thing. I'll let you know. Sometimes I'm too impatient to wait for. I just buy it off the market board, and I'll have enough gil to usually do it. It's not that big of a deal to me. I'm sorry.
I can't speak because I do the same thing. I'm guilty. I'm not crafting. I'm sorry.
Why?
But
where I get my gil, Unreal faux hollows.
I apologize. I apologize for the weak point in the conversation in terms of when we talk about live letters and other things. That being said, there's some other really cool stuff coming up, such as the glamour changes, which has been a big deal, and I'm sure this has been talked about a lot because it's not just with this live letter. Now it's been announced before. We haven't talked about it on this show, but the idea that the glamour is just going to be unlocked, which I think there's a slight hope that it reduces mod usage in general too. I don't know if it will. But it is kind of neat that now players can wear whatever and have kind of goofy outfits. I think we're past the point of like serious realism with our jobs and trying to keep that all themed and everything else. But I mean, I assume there's a level of concern that they're just going to start. They're not going to focus on that as much and release less gear because the gear can be used everywhere and it doesn't need to be themed as much. And just have whatever out there. So I don't know what your thoughts are about the glamour changes. I'm assuming most people are happy with it, but
yeah, most people are happy. I don't see why they would release less gear. I mean, there's just more incentive to. I guess it would be more incentive for you to. I guess after you're done with, if you're a raider, you're done with gearing for raid. You can use your tomes to get some gear that you like or something, or really go after some gear that you like for a specific land that you want. So I don't see this as, I really don't see a downside to this.
I mean, the idea that is really in the conversation, I'm not saying this is what I believe. I'm just voicing out the one concern that is out there, is that when you do this kind of stuff and you make gear just open everywhere, they only need to make gear for the stat purposes at that point, right? You can wear it wherever you want. It doesn't matter. They don't have to stick to this role has to have this theme and build up gear that's equated everywhere. They could just make one gear that would go to whatever job. I don't know. It's literally not something that is that important. It's just something to think about.
Yeah.
And I don't
what
think
you're
it's,
saying.
yeah, it's not a huge concern.
Like,
there's enough
if
gear
you
in
were
this
talking
game.
If you were talking about like another game studio, I could totally see them being like, yeah, well, if everyone can wear like, you know, each other's clothes, then we don't need to release like artifact gear for each specific job anymore to save money and resource. But I do think that they kind of acknowledged that that wasn't necessarily what they were planning on doing, only because they said that they were hoping this would actually make people level up different jobs specifically for new gear that they might want to wear, even if it's on a different job.
Wait a minute,
so
why do
hopefully
they-
artifact gear.
Why would they need to level up other jobs to get the gear?
Like, for example, like if you wanted the like level 99 like white mage
Okay,
gear,
so-
you could buy it and then you would need to like do the role quest. So if you didn't have a healer to 99, you would have to unlock the dye options and then you could wear it on something else, I guess is the thinking
So a
behind
few
that.
sets of gear like that are extremely limited.
Yeah,
regard,
something like that. So that's kind of what they were saying in the live letter, was that they were hoping it would cause people to jump out of their comfort zone, play a different job if they wanted, you know, X, Y, and Z. I don't have every job unlocked, so I'm definitely gonna have to unlock a couple of them if I want something. So I'm a culprit.
I think it's going to be really cool going into raids though, and having like healer robe tanks and just like knighted up healers, vice versa, right? And like all the different variations that you can do. I think it's going to be kind of fun. So there's no downside to it, outside of maybe losing a minor visual of characters and roles within it. But you just make their names green or blue or whatever, and that's enough, right?
What visual? If you go into PF
You have
and
armor
everyone
tank.
is on,
Okay, I mean,
No,
yeah, you're
no,
right. It's
you
just all
don't. You
flashing
have everyone
lights.
on-
It's just flashing
everyone
lights.
is
I
on
get it.
swimsuits when you go into PF.
Yeah,
There are
it's
no-
the
there
2B,
are no
2B
tanks.
leggings.
That's
yeah,
fair.
it's the 2B leggings. So it's like there's not an issue.
You know what? Maybe nothing's going to change at all.
Well, nothing is
Yeah,
going to change at
probably
all.
not.
And
Nothing's
it-
gonna
it-
change.
like,
It's literally just going to be
Mog
bikini
station
shit.
items
Yeah.
are not locked to, you know, Mog station items aren't locked to jobs. So I've been wearing a princess dress as a tank since the day I started. So, I mean, I've never looked like an armored up tank ever in this game. So,
Fair.
I just look like Lubu.
I saw a comment on Twitter on the first live letter saying that they were gonna have a hard time doing PvP. I'm like, no, dude, no, you cannot
No, they're
see in
not.
PvP,
Yeah,
not
you-
even in Crystal Conflict. It's like you
You're
just
not,
click
I'm
things.
not focused on what somebody looks like in PvP.
yeah.
I'm just trying to get battle high. What do you mean?
I'm saying all of this as someone who doesn't even look at my own character most of the time. So
If anything, they are more free to make any glam whatever they want on any expansion. They don't need now to be like, oh, we need to make a tank look tanky. Now they can do whatever they want for them.
Yeah.
Right.
well, that's what I feel like that new crafted gear does not have, like, the tank defending gear does not look like an armored, like, chest piece or anything. So, like, I think they're already moving away from that. So,
Yeah, all the crafted gear looks like in the name of the moon, I'll punish you. That's what the crafted
it's like
gear
very,
is. It's really
like, it's very obvious that they can kind of abandon that like armored look if they really want to.
yeah. I mean,
Now.
true. Oh well, that's now they're doing that because they opened up the glamour for everything. Nah, just sorry.
And
Look,
maybe it's
so-
a coincidence.
Also,
go ahead.
on the side note, now it also opens the way for people to go back in all dungeons, all fights, to get a specific
Oh,
glam
yeah.
for their new character, right?
I'm gonna be
They're
honest
already
with
doing
you.
that, yeah.
My glam dresser is the old fights, and so I try to like treat that like, hey, I have too much stuff. I don't understand how to use the glam UI, anyways. I'm gonna throw this away. If I need it, I'll just go get it again.
yeah.
So
Everything can be good again, right? So
most
Yeah.
things. I mean, we could talk about the PvP rewards being re-released from previous seasons. Something I've been trying to push for forever.
We've been begging for that shit forever.
As someone who has very exclusive mounts, I have some of the mounts that there's only like 600 of them in the entire game, right?
Oh, wow.
I have a few of those, and I'm glad if they can get recolored and someone else can use them in the future. I don't really care. But there's no reason to just put items in the game and limit the amount of people who could have these items because you're just kind of wasting it. I understand I do feel like it would be neat to have a few items that like have a special, like extra little things on them or whatever, or look a little nicer or whatever, because you got them exclusively at a certain point in time, but they shouldn't be completely locked away because they put a lot of work into making those things. So
yeah.
I totally agree.
Also, right step on the PvP side, because we were just getting frames for doing the ranked, and now you can get like something extra outside of frames. It's amazing. That is.
And it's reusing content. It's a great resource usage too. So, and we're getting a new PvP map, which I love PvP a lot, but I don't do front lines. I'm not a front lines person. Okay, and so that's fine. Again, I know Frontlines has its place and a lot of people like it.
Look at you, PvP purist. I don't do Frontlines. I'm only concerned about fucking crystalline conflict.
Because that's where all the really exciting stuff happens for me. Okay, the exciting stuff in Frontlines is a blob faces another blob.
Serves a use. Frontlines serves a use. It is casual. It is casual PvP, and it's okay. You use it. To do your daily. You can use it for your daily, but sometimes it's actually pretty fun. Like I'll do a front lines and I'm like, you know what? I mean, like I call it violence because that's all it is. It's just violence.
Well, yeah.
Like so, I'm like
most of the game is violence.
People from chat, dude. Yeah, I get most of the people in chat like, hey, you want to do a quick round of violence? Like bet. And we get in and do some front lines, and it's actually pretty chill and pretty fun. Mm-hmm. So yeah,
we did front lines recently together, Sly.
Oh, it's not CC.
It's mindless content. You're right.
And nothing is wrong with going unga bunga, hitting the crystal or hitting the person. There's nothing wrong with going unga bunga with like 72 people. It's okay.
Well, now it's unga bunga stand in the tower.
Yeah, you stand in a little circle now.
You stand in a circle and fight for your life.
Now, and okay, here's the thing about this one. As someone who regularly does front lines, is it me or was this just an add-on with extra steps? When they first put it out and just said it, I'm like, yo, this is just an add-on with extra steps.
It's not Rival Wings, right? You're not putting out this new cool mode that everyone's really excited to experience and everything else. It does look like it's just another front lines that you've kind of seen before with a couple extra pieces to it. I think
that's all it is.
To your point, I would like, if they're introducing new maps like this, to be something like a Rival Wings or some sort of new kind of large scale PvP outside of another front lines that we've kind of seen already, and it's another map of it. But again, it's not a place that I put a lot of attention into, so it's hard for me to like say that with any kind of value to what I'm saying, because some people really do like front lines. The person who's spamming markers all over the ground and shouting for places to go, they probably love front lines a lot too. But I'm sure it'll be fun to do. They have a Frosty thing in there, and I'm like, oh, cool, it's Frosty. I'm Frosty. That's cool.
A bit of weather mechanics.
Weather stuff's in there. We'll have to see how it plays out if there's a lot of really cool weather. Like they only showed one weather mechanic. Is there multiple ones that
there's two?
No, they showed ice and the aurora.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
ice and the aurora. The aurora is like more of your like get LB kind of swing the tides of battle kind of thing.
Right, right. Yeah. But yeah, no, I personally, it's going to be fun to try and mess around with, but it's not pulling me into this patch like all the other content we talked about so far on the podcast is. And they do need to do large scale PvP, but I do wish they would go in the direction of Rival Wings and other types of content that's a little bit more creative, large scale PvP. This, I don't want to say it's not creative, because I'm sure whoever worked in there put some thought into it and what they're doing and everything else, but it doesn't feel fresh and new like what we were talking about earlier, Kiwi, right? This is not something that comes across as fresh and new to me. But it'll be fun to mess around with. No?
Yeah.
Okay. No other thoughts on that? Easy, pass it,
Yeah. Like I said, we just need new modes.
Are you guys going
to absolute new modes?
We need tribal wings to be on the roulette. That's what we need.
I mean, that would be fun.
Yeah.
It would be fun.
Simple as that.
Are you guys excited for the new UI themes? The green and the
If anybody uses these UI themes, you are literally on drugs, and I'm sorry, I cannot help you.
Psychopaths. Yeah.
Mike switched to the green one. I don't know why.
Why?
Okay, let me tell you. I'm wearing a green shirt, okay? Green is great. It's a great color because it calms you. There is literally psychology around green being a calming color.
Well, why did they pick the Mountain Dew kind? Why
I mean,
didn't
it is
they
a
pick,
little
like,
neon.
emerald?
I mean, you're right.
They should have picked like an emerald. I mean, I don't know about you. I'm a dark mode user, like through and through. I do not want to open my Final Fantasy and be blinded. The Dawntrail screen does that enough. I am good. So, I mean, I am shocked that they haven't added like Gamer Girl Pink at this point. Like, why are we getting white? We already have a light mode. They want to give something that would be like popular. I feel like a light pink would go crazy, but yeah. I mean, neon green was definitely a choice, but I think the white is like.
I'm going to use neon green. I'm going to be honest with you.
I mean, I'm not really. I don't have gripes with the neon green that's so much
right here.
But that white is blinding. I mean, I'm assuming maybe if you had maybe it would be better for like accessibility. I'm not sure, but
So I'll let you know when the themes came out and they introduced the PvP coloring theme. I immediately switched to it because the PvP menu had this special kind of like coloring to it, and then they did that for do that to all your menus. I did that immediately. Then they went to the classic blue, and I'm like, yeah, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, the blue's popular.
Yeah, and so I used it. The only reason I want to use this green is because it's not what I've been using already, and it's something that stands out enough that
freshen it up.
Yeah. So that's why I'm going towards it. I do feel like at this point they should just add a color wheel and just let you pick whatever you want and modify it. I know some things are not going to match well and everything else, but that's up to the player to just tune themselves, I think. So just add a color wheel to it and just take out all the extra work of introducing the themes and everything. I know that any UI experts might be a little bit upset with that, but I don't know. I feel like it would make it better. Just get the Chocobo wallpaper menus and like the gradient menus and all the like crazy stuff that you used to be able to do. In Final Fantasy VII, you used to have all those different options that you could put in there. Let's just go in that direction. Why not? I'm good for it.
Because then they would have nothing to show us on the next live letter. And the UI settings.
Okay. Fair. All right. Well, there is a handful of other things that were in the live letter, but I don't know if there's anything else. We've been here for almost 2 hours, so we probably are getting too close to the wrap-up point here. But I don't know if there's anything else I haven't mentioned already on the show that you guys were wanting to talk about with the live letter. But we hit, I think, most of the main points, but there's a few other things.
Yeah.
No?
Gold saucer, but I'm not.
I saw that. It's cool. And I wanted to bring it up,
Air Force
but I was
One.
like, it's so small. It's like, how do I even how do we have a conversation about it?
Well, it's just the same thing that Frosty said. It's just another reskin of something we already have, so it's not necessarily super exciting.
No, this is the time where we complain where are the chocobos? We need more chocobos. Where are the chocobo racing?
Where's chocobo racing?
I would be down for that.
sure. Resources need to go into that. I know you don't have a developer for it anymore, Yoshi P. I know that developer went on to another team. You've already told me. But please, somebody has to figure out how to save chocobo racing. It is a core aspect of Final Fantasy, and not being able to bring that system back to life and leaving it dead for a decade now is almost it's forgivable because you're Yoshi P. But it feels like I should say it's unforgivable. We should really bring in chocobo racing and bring that back to life because it is the core mini game that should be focused on in Final Fantasy XIV. But that being said, it's okay. I do have strong opinions on Air Force One as well, because the fact that game, when you're in that, there's two options. You hit a bomb, okay? And at that point, you just hit everything, right? It doesn't matter anymore. Because if you hit all the bombs plus that one bomb, you will get the exact same amount of reward at the end of that thing. But if you hit one bomb, you lose the top score of that or whatever else. And so it is balanced improperly, and I hope they bring the balance back to it. Okay, I haven't done it for a while, but I had some pretty strong opinions on how they did the scoring, and it is not of any kind of sense or shape. Because try it whenever you guys get a chance. Go do Air Force One, hit every single thing. You will get the second highest score total you can get. It doesn't matter. It makes the bombs completely stupid. If you hit one bomb, you either get perfect or you hit all the different tokens. That's it. Okay, see, I was not going to bring it up because I was going to get into this rabbit hole that no one else can relate to but me.
No, I see it, but I don't see why you want to fix it. Like, it's either perfect or not.
No, you would make it to where you should, if you hit one bomb, you should still be afraid of hitting other bombs. Statistically, it doesn't matter after hitting one bomb. You can just hit all the bombs.
You get the best one.
You get the second best. No matter what, you will get second best from hitting one bomb or all bombs. It's all right. We're not extending this because I don't feel like the podcast value is going up by discussing this at all. But
I don't know. You're the expert here.
I apparently. Anyways, guys, I do think you should also be able to shoot stuff out there and have like little reactions from things.
He's not good.
All right. It's okay. It's all right.
You good? No,
we're good.
He's not good.
They're adding the command panel. They're adding a new UI function. That's a command panel. That's pretty good. And I feel like, I don't know if I saw enough on it or if I actually put enough attention into what they were explaining, but it felt like just a hotbar that they just added for dedicated to commands. Am I wrong on that or no?
No, you're not wrong. I mean, there is some versatility in it. I'm just thinking like the weird shit people could do with it again. Shout out to Super Lewis. I want him to take that and take a Elgato Stream Deck and kind of raid with it. Like, so use the control panel, like you use your Stream Deck and just press your buttons that way. Yeah, I would love to see Lewis do that.
You can do that without anything really fancy, right? You would assume you just put hotkeys to all of those and just map those hotkey presses to your Stream Deck, and that's easy. Yeah, I don't think that's too difficult. Lewis has more important things to do than just a simple mapping.
Apparently, like raiding with a potato or a banana. Yeah, that's important.
That's way more important. I think so.
Okay, what you're saying is that you're
raiding with potatoes all the time, Sly. I don't know what to check.
Wow! Look at this! Look at this guy. I raid with potatoes all the time. Okay. Yeah.
Well, what am I talking about? I could be talking about multiple different things there. Anyways, Jet.
No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. Racist.
It's not my fault people associate Lalafels with potatoes. It's just a staple of Final Fantasy 14. Okay,
We're going that way again.
Let's go back to Jet talking about Jet. Say something controversial.
No, we're talking. Is this because I'm Mexican, dude?
What do you? What does it have to do with anything? All right.
What happened?
No.
Don't worry about it. Everything is okay.
What happened here? Wait a second.
Oh God. I love this show, man. I love this show.
We lost Frosty's voice.
Frosty, stop messing with your wires, please. Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
Can't hear you.
Nope.
There.
You go.
Okay. You made me kick my wire out. All right.
Nope.
No, you can hear me now. OBS can hear me.
He unplugged.
Yeah. OBS can hear me, so it's fine. All right. Anyways, first and last show, Jet.
I know what I signed for. It's fine.
Guys, this has been fun coming back and talking about Final Fantasy again. This is just I want to this feels wholesome in comparison to like everything else going on, and so I just coming up here and shooting.
I'm sorry,
shit.
This is wholesome.
It's just a video game in the end, guys. Like it's just a video game.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
It's that's the one thing I have to remind everybody. Like we talk about this stuff and we get passionate about it and we say stuff that like we don't like this or we do like that and we have different opinions and everything else. But in the end of the day, we're all playing a video game. I know it's very important and it's been a big aspect. Of course, it's been a big aspect of my life and a lot of other people's life. And so it's easy to get passionate about it. But there are a lot of other cool things in the world besides Final Fantasy XIV. This is a want and not a need of a thing that we include in our life. So let's try to keep that in mind. I know some people turn it into a need, but we gotta be careful about that. I appreciate coming back and just kind of shooting the shit with you guys.
Yeah, it was
for a
fun.
bit.
Thanks for inviting us.
Yeah.
Of course. And Chet, you'll be fine. Don't worry about it. We'll bring you back. So if Slides come back this many times, I'm sure you can make it back too.
I'm sure. I'll be here.
Thumbs up.
You know, I have a little of power around the show, right? Like I can do things.
A little bit. I mean, just enough. The thing that I remember is when I brought you on to one of the first handful of shows we had, and I do remember bringing you. I don't remember it was one of your first episodes or like going to Heaven's Word, but I just can't forget this episode of me asking about what you think happened to the Scions pre Heaven's Word, and you said they're dead.
They're dead. Yeah, and I remember saying that. Like, we won't let these bitches die. There's no stakes in this fucking game whatsoever. These bitches will not die. They have incredible plot armor. I was so confident too. I was like, I remember. Yeah, the Scions dead. Because they
just don't always love sticking with fake death.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And here's the thing, like they killed off my bae, Moonbreeda, and I still have actually I have a theory. I have a theory about hear me out. So the next Ascian that we're gonna deal with is gonna take Moonbreeda's body and face.
That'd be interesting.
That's my theory. Like, bring back my baby, please. Bring back my giant waifu. Bring back my big giant waifu. I don't care if she's an Ascian, just bring her back, please. Yeah.
Okay. But that being said, with that wonderful take on lore here, Sly, do you want to do? We might as well start doing our outros and everything else. Sly, would you like to do your words of where people can find you and any last things you want to say?
Sure. You can find me on twitch.tv/SlyAKAGreyFox. You can find me on Twitter, SlyAKAGreyFox, Blue Sky, SlyAKAGreyFox, YouTube.com/TheVelvetRoom. As far as like anything I have going on or anything, I actually do have some shit going on right after this tonight. At 8 p.m. I will be doing an in-game event for Station WSOY at my FC house called Starlight Love. It is kind of a thing meant to bring in the Starlight season, the Krima season. So it is an all Krima J-pop set. Like the FC house has been done up. We are in the Starlight/Krima spirit. So you're more than welcome to come. It'll be on Behemoth, Shirogane, Ward 2, Plot 60. Everyone is invited. There'll be some good music. It'll just be a good time. Other than that, next week I'll be doing Choose Wisely Fest, which is a festival about narrative-based games with like huge decisions and whatnot. So that's why it's called Choose Wisely. So I'll be playing a bunch of games this coming week and trying some demos, some full games and whatnot. So yeah, it's going to be a pretty good time next week and tonight. So come out and thank you again for having me. And
I love having you here, dude. Honestly, it's just, it's so, when I'm like, hey, Sly, can you come on the show? And you're like, yeah, I guess. I'm excited because I'm like, it's very easy to talk to you. So yeah, so thank you. Thank you.
It's almost like I do this too.
Yeah, right? It's almost like you talk to people.
It's almost like I'm on a podcast too, right? So I kind of know what to do. Yeah, almost. Yeah.
So that being said, though, Jet, this is your first time actually being on the show. Anything else that you want to say before leaving, and where people can find you?
Well, they can find me almost everywhere under the name of Jet_Skylar. I'm on Twitch, YouTube, Blue Sky, Twitter, maybe other platforms, but those don't care. Those doesn't matter. I will be. Yeah, don't worry about those. I'm a variety streamer, and I'm gonna be playing Final Fantasy VII next week to celebrate my birthday, which was this week. So it's I don't know. You're all invited to talk about it.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
That's me. Hi, Mexican. I have to put all of that. It's my brand. Like, it's if you go into my stream, it's like Mexican tries too, and then whatever is happening.
Oh, all right. That being said, Kiwi, your first show as well. Welcome.
Yeah, it was so fun. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I've never done anything like this before, so
Really?
I appreciate you having me. No, I haven't. I've never been on like a, I don't know, I guess like a talk show / podcast. I've never done anything like that.
Guess what? We have two other people who are part of podcast here. You want to give them some crap real quick for not inviting you on?
No, I'm grateful that I'm here. I'm sorry. I'm not giving no crap. I'm grateful. Thank you.
It's just Frosty like starting to start.
He said, "Go get him."
So yeah,
Go get him.
No. Thank you so much for having me. But yeah, you can always find me as KiwiCat_TV on Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Blue Sky, all of those. I do stream daily, so I play Final Fantasy 14 every day, and I haven't gone crazy yet. So that's good, I would say.
Wow.
But yeah.
Impressed.
I've been playing it every day since 2023.
And see, I'm kind of proud of you too, because you're PFing through, and God bless you.
Well, I have the static
Because
for some days, but I've been PFing supplementary because I'm trying to finish before the Savage tier. Woo, it's been rough. But yeah, hopefully we can get the clear.
How close are you?
We're in P4, so I feel like
Yeah, we're
we're
at
getting
the
close.
end of P4, but like we're at the point where it's like fuck, it's too close to the patch, so we might just have to wait until.
Yeah, I think we're losing people too because it's about to be the holiday, so
It's
it's
tough.
looking, it's rough. Yeah, getting down to the
Fucks
wire.
into you.
So good luck to you too, because it's been rough out here.
Just
Good luck to
mix
you too,
together.
and-
Yeah, cheers. Let me. I'm
Mix
raising my
together.
cup too. You can't see, but
Yeah,
cheers.
good luck to you too, and fuck CT, man. Jesus.
Yeah, CT prog is never CT prog. I've learned. So.
No, it's
Hey.
not. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Good
well,
luck to us.
You guys have been fantastic being on the show. This has been awesome. Again, we're going to have more mock talks coming up soon. Just stay tuned. Follow the Twitter, FrostyMog or MogTalk. Follow the Blue Sky, same FrostyMog or MogTalk. I think it's MogTalk tweets on Twitter, whatever. Follow the YouTube channel, which is MogTalk. Follow this channel, FrostyMog. And I will probably be doing some more Final Fantasy 14 streams. Fortunately, it's very easy for me to stream Final Fantasy 14 because I don't play it as much. So I will probably be playing it a good bit coming up here. Now that I'm kind of getting to a point where I'm over a lot of the baseline. So I don't know if I'll do a video on it about where I've been and what I've been doing, but I feel like I might have some video on that coming up soon. There's been a lot of work on redoing the MogTalk website from this simple forced together WordPress thing that's been janky and crap, and creating a custom made solution for everything that I do, from the podcast to the world race. And so that has been huge for me and very time consuming and life consuming, and everything has just been so focused in on this. So that's what I've been doing a lot, and hopefully I'm going to be able to release myself a bit from that and move forward into doing more streaming and bringing back podcasts and everything else. We also have the World Race coming up within exactly a month. So in exactly a month, we will have the World Race starting, and we're going to be working on production for that as well, and that's going to be a whole crazy thing, which the website's going to be involved with. But yeah, stay tuned for all that stuff. If you want to catch more of this stuff, of course, just join the Discord, _Discord, and I communicate there when I'm doing stuff. If I'm going to have a show coming up or if I'm going to stream, I will put that in the general chat. Just throw it in there real quick before I do it. That all being said, you guys are fantastic. Hopefully see you next time. I will definitely see you before the holidays, so I won't say good happy holidays or whatever else. Be good, keep cool, stay frosty. Everybody wave and say bye!
Bye.